Ariel Kochbarski, your lifestyle editor for the Sustainable Stylish Life on SameSide, and today we are filming our awesome couch series with the lovely Melissa Mercedes. Hello.
Hello.
We're in her beautiful studio. I am super excited to be highlighting her because we met recently when I was styling the Oscars for a woman we both know, Melissa Chataigne. Melissa is tall, curvy, beautiful, and being a curvy woman, the options for her were super limited, which is a problem we face in the industry. So we really wanted to highlight Melissa Mercedes' brand and ethos because she caters to those women and is an inclusive designer. So I'm very excited to be talking to her today. So Melissa, hi again.
Hi.
Tell me about your ethos and mission as your clothing brand.
So basically, I just wanted to design luxury wear for plus size and curvy women. I just wanted to have women look and feel good just like everyone else.
I love that. And a lot of people dream of starting a fashion line. It's obviously not an easy feat. So how did you get started?
So I was invited to the Grammys 2017. I saw like the feedback that I got from wearing the garment because as soon as we hit the red carpet, people were asking me about my dress and not the person who I had styled. So yeah, so I knew I was onto something then. I said, okay, so people like what I'm doing.
That's insane. Being a fashion veteran, that's pretty rare that happens.
Yeah.
So what a beautiful blessing that was.
Lucky.
Yeah, that's amazing. And for those of you watching, we're wearing Melissa's line right now. But, just on a normal Tuesday, we decided to get glammed up, which is so fun. Can you tell us about the items we're modeling? Like, what are we wearing?
Yes, well, this dress is my statement piece from my first collection. It's called Hollywood, and it's just very glamorous, but it has such an incredible fit. And yeah, it's very sexy, it's see-through, and arms are covered. I know sometimes
arms are a big thing when you're styling plus.
Yes.
Arms are a very big thing.
Typically, everyone that comes in always wants something that covers their sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just made this glamorous dress, and
Gorgeous.
here we are.
I see you like a leg slit. You like to expose the legs.
I mean, I do like to design things that are sexy because I think that's very limited in the plus size community.
Agreed.
And so I remember when I was shopping for something to wear, everything felt very old lady-ish.
Yeah.
Nothing seemed appropriate for my age or what I was trying to convey. So yeah, so I try to make it sexy so that people have sexy options.
I agree. When I was the buying director at 11 Honore, everything, we would call that either mother of the bride or matronly. It's like, I don't need any more matronly things to put on the website. Like, please somebody make something sexy. I feel so privileged that you made something in straight sizing.
Yes.
Obviously, we call that straight sizing in the 0 to 12 world. Tell me about the difference when you're making a straight size design versus making a plus size design.
To be honest, and I know this may sound a little, I don't even know what's the word, but it's a little easier. Just because when I'm designing a garment for a curvy or plus size woman, I am taking into consideration, a lot of different things. When I'm making single size,
it's straight size. We call it straight size. Straight versus plus. I don't know why.
Yeah, so straight size, I don't think I have to go as in detail as paying attention to the little things that I would for a plus size garment. But I actually made that one for a dear friend of mine. She was on a show called Glow. And so she loved a garment that I had in this for plus, and she asked me to make it in straight size. So we did it for her. And so yeah, and that was for the Golden Globes that you're wearing.
It's gorgeous. I hope I get to go to the Golden Globes someday and wear it.
Well, you can come borrow it anytime.
Or just around my house, maybe for a date. I don't know.
Yes, exactly.
So we're both former East Coasters.
That's right.
You're born and raised in New York. I lived in New York for many years. So now that we're in LA, do you find that living and working in LA influences your work? Like, how does your environment affect your work?
So like you said, I was born and raised in New York, so I'm very used to high-paced energy. I was just always on the go. That's how, we're kind of wired that way. So I think coming here and seeing more of the relaxed environment has actually made me more creative. because I think I just have more time to kind of like digest, to process, to be creative. I think without the hustle and bustle, it's really given me a chance to be more creative. So,
I like
thank
that.
you, LA.
Yeah, thank you, LA. And congratulations, because you recently won an amazing $10,000 scholarship from Ella in the Curvy Fashionista, which is no easy feat because you had some tough competition
I
in
did.
there.
I did.
So besides the $10,000 business grant that you received, what else comes with that winning?
So, Eloquy has been amazing, and the Curvy Fashionista as well. I've heard people say, "Oh, it's only $10,000," and I'm like, "Yeah, but what I'm getting is a lifetime of knowledge." They've kind of taken me under their wing, and they've just been showing me the ropes to how they do things, so that I can kind of apply it to my own business. So I think that to me has been the most helpful and the most, it's just been a great experience, and yeah, I think that's like the jackpot.
Yeah.
Is the knowledge.
It's so valuable.
Yeah.
It's really invaluable. This is something that I always think about, like when did you feel like things took off for you? Like, for example, do you feel that way now? You're like, oh, I'm really like on my way, I'm having success, I just won this scholarship. Because I find for myself, I'm always like, it's never enough. You hit one thing and then you think about the next and the next. Like, do you ever feel that way, or have you felt that way? Yeah.
It's funny because my friends, they all tell me like, "Oh, you made it," and I'm like, no, I didn't make it. I definitely don't feel like I've reached where I'm trying to go. I've had a lot of amazing successes on my journey. For example, landing the cover of People in Espanol.
That's pretty major.
Yeah, that was major for me. And my first celebrity pull was Laverne Cox.
Also very major.
Yeah, so that was major. That was my first celebrity placement. So I've had a couple of different wins, but I would definitely say that I have not made it yet.
I would say the same thing. You're like, I'm on my way.
I'm working towards the goal. I'm almost there. I'm on the highway.
Oh, that's awesome. And what do you think, being a plus size designer, what's your biggest challenge with designing plus?
I think sometimes when a woman comes to get styled by me or dressed by me and they don't trust, sometimes you have to let the designer or the stylist do their job.
Totally.
Because sometimes a garment won't look the same on a hanger the way it would look on. So I think that, and allowing them to trust us with color options, because typically plus size women only want to wear black, and so I'm like, no, but let's. So I enjoy the process of kind of getting the women to open up and try something new. And I can tell you almost every time they love whatever I picked. So, just allowing women to trust and be open to trying different things.
Yeah, I agree. I always say you're part stylist or designer, part therapist.
Oh, yeah. And I actually went to school for therapists.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I feel like I got a letter from the president of the school that was congratulating me after the win, and she's like, how do you feel that your time here has helped? And I'm like, therapy, using the therapy that I've learned in school has definitely helped me style.
Yeah.
Because it's you learn patience, you learn about people's personalities, and just how to deal with different things.
Their insecurities and all the things they worry about with their bodies. No, I empathize with that. So you're also a mama.
Yes, I am.
How has that experience influenced your designs and also goals around your brand?
I think the most important thing is that I just always try to do everything very ethical, very with integrity. I always want to make sure that I teach my children the importance of not only being your own boss, but being a positive role model, being someone that if you're going to say something, make sure that it means something. And so I would just say everything that I do, I try to do with integrity. I try to always be honest. I try to always put my best foot forward and be a role model to them, an example to them, so that they know what's expected.
Do any of them, are they thinking about fashion? Do they want to work with you yet or anything like that?
So my daughter, she's into it, but she's more into music. My son is a total fashionista, and he's loves clothes, he loves fashion, and actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm gonna tell you. Don't tell anybody, guys. But I am working with Eloquy to design a piece, a collection for them that's debuting next year. Sorry, not next week.
Like
next year. And my son is actually sketching something that might be on some of the garments.
That's so cool.
Yeah, he's like hand drawing it so that we can put it on. So I just kind of wanted to give him like the opportunity, and also it kind of gives a piece of myself because my kids are my world, and so to have an art piece of my son on the clothing is just something that I would just be elated just thinking about it.
That's so cute. I love that, and what a great opportunity for him to be a part of your work, the fashion world, gain some experience.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool. Okay, so as a woman of color in fashion, it's still kind of rare, right? And even as a female in fashion, there's still a lot of lack of color at the top and lack of femininity at the top. So how do you think your work helps expand both design and the industry as a whole?
Well, I think representation just matters. There's so many talented people and people of color that are designing, that are working, and it's unfortunate that you don't see them at the top. But I think hopefully with the work that I'm doing, it just opens doors for other women, for other creatives to kind of live this life of being putting your creativity out there and
That's good. You're leading by example.
Yes. So hopefully me getting here, just like Kamala Harris said, like I'll be I'm not the first, but I won't be the first, but I'm not the last.
For sure. And we know diversity can only make the industry better. Exactly. New ideas, new perspectives, that's really what creativity is all about. Right. So do you have advice to help enable more designers from maybe not a non-traditional background to get into the field?
I think just starting, because I really do believe that your work speaks for itself. Just starting, whatever idea that you may have that you feel that little tug inside of you telling you to try it, I would say go for it. Because obviously don't, put yourself in the debt trying to, keep up with the Joneses, but you should definitely nurture the passions and give it a try, because you just never know.
Yeah, I love that. What causes are important to you, and how do you incorporate that social impact or environmental impact, whatever it is, into your business?
So there's many different ones, but the first one is just being sustainable, because our planet is in complete crisis.
Yeah.
So I don't mass produce or have tons of inventory. I just kind of go as the orders come in, and that just keeps the waste down, and so definitely sustainable, keeping our planet clean and safe. And then the other one is just helping people, that are, for example, like 2 years ago, my daughter and my goddaughter and I, we sent 50 or 25 backpacks to Dominican Republic, to the town where my mom is from, and we just sent essentials. We sent sunblock, we sent hair products, Tylenol, things that like you would need, and school supplies. And we just sent it to everyone there, and it just warmed my heart when they sent me a video of them saying thank you, and you could just see how excited the kids were to receive a gift.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to keep that going and make it an annual thing, so that I'm always helping, never forgetting where I came from, and always helping wherever I can, even if it's a little book bag, but that little book bag might help, and help out in ways that isn't imaginable to me. So.
Yeah. Well, we always say, on SameSide, like it's small actions create bigger. So, and it starts with you, right? So.
Exactly, and that's what I wanted to teach my daughter. I purposely had her helping me and my goddaughter so that they can see the importance of helping other people.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so if you could dress anyone in the world, who would that be?
Oh man, that's a tough question.
I know. I mean, you can give me like a different. You can say like 5 people if you want. I'm just curious. Like, if you're like, oh, I would love to see, Oprah, whoever. I don't know.
So I'm gonna say my number one has to be Michelle Obama.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because when I saw her at the inauguration with the purple, like I just felt like I could have done that. And
Michelle,
call me. No, but I just felt like it was very Melissa Mercedes. It has, so I felt like I mean, she's an idol of mine, so I would love to dress her. Beyonce, as we were talking about earlier, Beyonce is on my goal list.
It might happen sooner rather than later, everybody. Hot tip.
It's funny because I met her mom at an event and I froze.
I would too.
I was supposed to tell her like I'm a designer.
Yeah.
I couldn't even like speak. I was like, oh, I'm upon royalty. And
They are. They're like American royalty.
Yeah. So definitely Beyonce. I wish this is a little sad, but my mom, she's no longer with us. I would have loved to be. I started my journey after, so I would have loved to have dressed her. So yeah. And also my daughter's 316 when it's time.
Will she let you?
Oh yeah, she's already told me like make me the most bomb outfit. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so those would be my top.
Those are great answers. So if you had a crystal ball, where would you envision your brand in the next 5 years?
I definitely want to continue what I'm doing, but I also want to extend it to men because I do get a lot of questions from the plus size men community. When are you going to do men's clothing? And so I have so many ideas. So I'm excited to eventually get there. But yeah, I definitely want to start men.
That would be really cool because the big and tall market has
Yes.
literally probably like actually fewer options
Yeah,
than the women's
yeah.
big and tall market.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah. So that's why I would love to help out that department as well.
That would be cool. Cool. And last question: is there anything else that you want our community to know about you?
I would just say that I am a person who loves. I don't know. That's a really tough